This week on Angler Chronicles, Sergio is fishing in Newport Harbor in search of a variety of inshore game fish. Joining Sergio this week is Team No Remorse, Bobby Martinez and Kenny Bobo. Also fishing with us this week is Viet Nguyen with Owner Hooks. Often overlooked by private boaters, Newport Harbor offers some of the very best inshore fishing to be found anywhere. Spotted bay bass, sand bass, and calicos are right here in Newport Harbor, as you will see in this week's episode. A Day in the Bay is next. Angler Chronicles, proud to be sponsored by Owner Perfection in Hooks, Typhoon Polarized Sunglasses, and by Turner's Outdoorsman, your fishing, hunting, and shooting headquarters since 1971. Hi everybody and welcome to Angler Chronicles on Fox Sports West. This week Sergio will be fishing in Newport Harbor with Team No Remorse, Bobby Martinez and Kenny Bobo. As Bobby gets his boat ready, let's back up one day and visit the Owner Hooks U.S. headquarters and join Sergio and Viet Nguyen with Owner Hooks.
Hey Viet, I'm so excited. We're going to fish Newport Harbor. I got Team No Remorse, Bobby and Kenny waiting, you, me, and our producer, Danny Jackson, okay? We're going to go out in the bay and film some great fishing, looking for some spotties, some sand bass. So we're here at Owner Hooks headquarters, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're the master at this. Show me what we should use in the bay.
Man, Sergio, thank you so much for the invite. I just want to show you a few items that I think are going to work real well in the harbor when we're out there fishing. First and foremost, this ribeye swim bait rigged on our beast hook. All these ribs going to make it a lot of vibration, and it's going to be weedless, so we can fish it through the grass, no problems. The second one is a flashy swimmer. I think when those fish don't want to bite, that extra flash and the vibration of that blade will entice them to bite also. We're going to be throwing some Alabama rigs. So we've got owner J.R. Minnow rigged on our inshore head, 5 at a time. Hopefully we'll be catching multiple fish with them. And when they don't want to bite and we got to pick apart structure, we've got owner jig rig and Yuki bug. Just pitch it into the cover and pick them apart.
I'm very excited with everything you just showed me, and I just can't wait to get on Newport Harbor. Viet, let's go get him.
Sergio, let's go fishing.
Well, Viet, we are going to go fishing, and in one of the most beautiful inshore fishing venues in all the West, Newport Harbor. And folks, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of Angler Chronicles, A Day in the Bay.
Little guy.
Hey, that's all right. That's a start. That's a start.
Little spotty.
That's a start.
Little spotty.
Little spotty.
See, Kenny? Jig rig and a Yuki bug.
No problem. He's a 2-pounder right now.
I think Brandon hit bottom or something. So Viet, like, you see all these mooring cans we have here? They're all cemented down by this big cement block. And we have like eelgrass growing around it, and then you have the growth on the actual rope, so it provides cover for the spotted bay bass. So kind of focus your cast like towards the mooring cans. Heads up, 7-up. Like crazy over here. Okay. Yeah, like something like that hasn't been moved. Got there, Kenny? Hopefully spotted bay bass.
Get him, Kenny.
Oh, no, sand bass.
Sandy. Oh, all right. Tiny down here.
Little sandy. Whoa.
All right, just put it like
Yeah.
That's the shot.
Little guy.
Right on. Gosh.
The only problem is it might be Batman, but it might not be.
I don't think it's I've never hooked one, dude. I think it's halibut or sand bass. All right, you're good, sir.
Elbows up.
Bat ray.
Jesus.
Oh my God!
a big bat.
Oh boy. Not bad. That didn't work.
Well, even though a bat ray might not be one of our targeted species, a 40-pounder can really get your attention and a lot of fun on light tackle.
That was a fight. That was a heck of a fight. Way to go. All right, good.
Angler Chronicles and A Day in the Bay will be right back. Folks, Sergio and the Angler Chronicles crew are fishing today in the beautiful Orange County coastal community of Newport Harbor. A Day in the Bay continues, so please stay with us.
Leave Paris, man, right now. Blazing cranks, see it? Top water, I'm sure. Sand
Wait a
bass.
second, I'm
I
gonna
can
come
feel it.
right over here. Another sand bass.
Another sandy.
Well, you are on a roll here.
Yeah.
Let me get this a shot. Okay, you got it.
Oh, memory?
Get him, Bobby.
Hey.
Rock and roll. Look at here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Woo! Yes, on the Alabama. That's a nice sandy. Look at that. All right.
Nice one, Bobby.
Yes, sir. On the Alabama. Jingle bells.
Yeah, he ate the
Chandelier, baby.
owner head.
On the JR Minnow, huh?
JR Minnow.
Very good. All right. Don't be bashful. Let me know when you're bit.
I thought it was another bat ray. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Last time I said something, it was not good. Looks like we got a little bass here, hopefully. Any wings.
Look at that. Calico. Hey.
Choked it.
What'd you get that on, Viet?
Got it on a swim bait with the owner jig head. There it is.
Yes,
Nice
nice.
little bass right
All right,
there.
okay, anytime.
It's I don't care what it is.
Viet, let me slide in.
He's coming in. He's coming in. Oh, Bonnie's got it.
Oh, up and over.
Nice one, Kenny.
That is for a fact. Look at that.
On cue?
Yeah.
That's so spotty.
Am
I not telling you to catch me a fish?
Good idea.
Oh!
Now let's join Sergio and Bobby Martinez with Team No Remorse.
Hey, Bobby, I just want to ask you a question. How long have you been fishing Newport Bay?
For about 5 years now, Sergio. We started off fishing SWBA tournaments here, and we basically had to figure it out as far as like what the fish want to eat, where they're staging at, and we've done pretty well as far as like where these fish like to stage certain times of the year. We fish a lot of eelgrass, mooring cans, like behind you here, open water, dock pilings and whatnot. So.
Now, I know you've been very successful, so the question I got to ask you, give us some techniques. Tell us some of the people, what is it that you use? What are you having a lot of success with?
Here in Newport, we really like the crankbait and the spinnerbait. It's very effective. And especially now, the Alabama rig within the last few years for saltwater has been huge.
Does the length of the plastic that you use, what length do you like here?
Like a good 4-inch is good here. But when we fish tournaments, we like to try to like go for a little bit bigger fish. So we'll stick to like a 5. But definitely we need our first 5 fish to qualify. So we need to get our limit, which is 5. So we'll fish with the 4-inch and then move up to about a 5-inch bait. And then usually rule of thumb on a spinner bait, you're gonna probably catch your bigger spotty in this bay. So, that's like our go-to for a bigger fish.
What you got, Bobby?
Oh, I think I got a spotty. Yeah.
Look at there. Hey,
Yeah. Sand bass.
Yeah?
The Alabama rig.
On the Alabama.
On
we
the
were just
Ala-
talking about that.
Yeah, little guy. Here's a little tip if you're gonna fish the harbor in here. if you see like these older sailboats or any other kind of motorboat here that hasn't been moved in a while, you'll see all the barnacles hanging out of it and whatnot. It's definitely a spot you really want to fish, because that's basically where a spot is going to call it home for sure. It provides a lot of bait fish and just good cover for the spotted bay bass.
Sergio and Angler Chronicles will be right back to Newport Harbor.
Halibut. Ray. Halibut ray. Small ray. I think I got an EFP.
Adios, Batman.
Yeah.
You got a fish on.
No. Look.
There's a fish on there.
There's a fish on there, but it's stuck on the rope. I'll leave it slack. You can see it. See?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Rescue call for a diver. You're going to get that puppy.
That's my hand.
Oh, I got him out!
He's out.
That's skill.
Look at there. Oh, my gosh.
Look at that big spot.
That's a nice spotty. Look at that.
Yeah!
All right.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That takes skill right there.
Look at that. Now explain exactly what happened here, Bobby.
Well, I was running this Alabama rig right along this mooring can here. The fish ate it, spun around and got me in there for a little bit, but we worked it around with the trolling motor and we got him out.
How about that? Beautiful. And you know what the good part about that is? This whole thing takes...
A legit one though.
Oh yeah, look at here.
Nice one.
Yes indeed. Woo! Up and over. Be illegal actually. Yeah, look at there.
Look at the eye.
There's a bait's eye view right there.
You don't want to see that view.
Okay, now I'm with the other half of No Remorse Team. We met Bobby Martinez earlier. This is Kenny Bobo. Kenny, I got to ask you some questions too. You know, Bobby shared with us some of his favorite techniques. What are yours here in the bay?
Personally, I like to throw swim baits. I think Bobby touched on, like the 4 to 5 inch range.
Right.
Crankbait's a really great bait, and then a lot of creatures. I'll throw, like I was doing a day earlier, throwing the jig rig, with like a 3-inch Yuki bug. They like the creature a lot here too. You'll get a good fish on the creature up tight when high tide.
Very good. Now, I also noticed today we fished different depths. We've been as shallow as 6 feet, and I saw up to about 25 feet. Where have you guys had the best success? Is shallow, deep?
Low tide, outgoing tide. I like to come out here and fish the mooring cans a little bit deeper water. And when the tide starts to come in and starts to rise, tuck back in, get in tight to some of these docks, some of these pillars, fishing the pilings, all that stuff, the sea walls. I think they move up and start looking to actively feed when the tide's coming up. So,
Team No Remorse. Thanks, brother.
thank you, man.
All right, thanks. All right, Angler Chronicles having a great day on Newport Harbor.
Hey! Woo! Rock and roll.
Ah, it's wide open. Oh,
They are nibbling now. They are
just
nibbling.
getting tired.
Oh,
Big
Oh, look at
yeah.
that spotty. Oh my gosh.
Big
We're
crew.
in-
That's a good spotty.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, buddy.
This one's on a swim bait with owner lead head inside. These things are sharp, it won't come out.
Get him! Whoa,
Whoa,
double!
look at
Easy,
that,
easy,
right
easy, southpaw.
Oh my goodness.
Nice one. You
Well, good job.
Nice and easy.
Kenny, I saw you hook one. I was getting a little jealous, so I had to catch one myself.
Oh, good one!
Oh, look at there. Look at that.
Winning bag right there. Those 3 of those things.
Same thing, guys. Swim bait, owner jig head.
Can't beat that owner hook, man. Sharp.
Nice, Viet. That's a nice one. Spotties.
Welcome back to Angler Chronicles and a Day in the Bay. A family-owned business for 100 years, the Balboa Ferry plays a huge role in the history of Newport Harbor. A full-time captain will dock the ferry at least 22,500 times a year, traveling at least 3,200 miles every year. A day in the bay continues, so please stay with us.
Here's another tip for you guys. You're fishing the bays, especially with colder water, a lot of times these fish get real sluggish. They want to sit real tight to the bottom. So, you know, whatever you're throwing, swim bait, creatures, anything like that, blades, you might want to let it just sink all the way out. Work it real slow along the bottom. And every so often, you know, 5-6 cranks, stop it, let it free spool, let the bait fall back down to the bottom. Engage and just start going again. A lot of times you'll get bit on that free spool.
Another little tip that might help out too. Sun's out. It's about 1 o'clock now. Sun's right up above us. You see this little shade we have on the sailboat? Sometimes these spotties would just go ahead and stage on the shady side. So if you're fishing parallel, just kind of stay on the shady side, and you'll notice a difference on some bites there. So just a little tip, just the shady versus the sunny side. Just steady winding.
I got something on here.
What do you got? Yeah. Oh, little halibut.
Oh, we got a halibut. Look at there.
I'm gonna give you a hand
Get him
there.
up here and we'll see if we can get him in. And release him.
Kind of looking.
Very good.
Just a little something about these mooring cans you see right here. You can see all the growth around it, and even the rope has growth growing on it. There's a cement pile, big old block on the bottom, so it just provides excellent cover for spotted bay bass. That's why these open areas could be amazing at certain times of the year. So definitely worth taking a look at a mooring can that has a lot of growth on it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Kenny. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Look at that.
We're doing a little rigging thing, and look at there.
Yes, sirree.
Yeah. Oh,
All right, we'll let her go.
like that.
Oh, yeah. We got some calico bass? No, I don't think so. Spotted bass. I'm calling this one a spotted bass. Oh, shaking the head.
Catch it on, sir.
We had the flashy swimmer and a JR minnow just going across nice and slow, real slow.
Move.
And he just, yeah, he's
Do
heavy rod on him. Okay, I can see color. I can see. Oh,
Look at there.
yeah, there you go.
Nice
Just
one,
like that,
Sergio.
with Team No Remorse on Newport Bay. Yeah. High five.
High five. Good job,
High
Sergio.
five. There you go. Spotted bay bass.
All right. Well, yeah, that's a good one.
Got a big one.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
On the
look at
Alabama rig?
it. Yeah, fishing the. Wow, this is a good one.
You got a toad there, man.
Yeah, I don't want to lose it.
We're in spotty territory, so let's see what happens here. This is a big one.
Yeah. Woo.
Big one.
This one's heavy.
What'd you have on that Bama rig,
Yeah.
Bobby?
Oh, look at two.
Oh, my gosh, how does that happen?
Wow.
That's why it was so heavy.
Yeah.
In Newport Bay with Team No Remorse. He just popped these two on a double on his Alabama rig. Unbelievable. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Angler Chronicles, proud to be sponsored by Owner Perfection in Hooks, Typhoon Polarized Sunglasses, and by Turner's Outdoorsman, your fishing, hunting, and shooting headquarters since 1971.
Oh, on the crank. Okay, we take a crankbait. Oh, this is a good one. And you know what? We put some Owner treble hooks. We replaced the hooks from the original, and they're sharp as can be. Yeah, it looks.
Oh, wow, that thing's
You gonna jump?
Oh, good one.
Oh, It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
Whoa,
Very sharp. These are the new owner hooks. Okay, trebles. We refit it. So make sure you take all your crankbaits, anything that has hooks,
Wow.
and refit them with owner hooks. That's the way we do it.
There he goes.
Look at that. In Newport Bay, Angler Chronicles, baby.
Just another little tip here. When you see those signs, caution, end of storm drain, there's actually a drain that comes out, I don't know, about 15, 20 feet or so. And these spotties will lay just on the side of the pipes, either or side. Preferably the shady side if you can find one. If not, definitely want to make a cast in there with the spinner bait, crankbait, or even a swim bait. So that's a good little tip right there. Those storm drains can produce a fish.
Going?
Yeah.
Still throwing that Alabama rig, Bobby?
Yeah. Woo! Another spotty.
Yeah!
Woo! Gee, they're on it today.
we are.
Woo! Little guy.
That's what they look like,
That's-
sports fans.
that's
right
it.
There.